Now, Andrew Sharpe has been watching this case particularly closely. You're a retail marketing strategist. What do you think happened here? Was this a misstep, miscalculation on Gap's part?
I think it was a misstep, miscalculation in the sense that they misread the market. But we have to realize that retailers are becoming more and more specific on trying to get an angle, a leg up. And sometimes in society as a whole, the bigger picture is, I've heard more, it's better to ask forgiveness than to ask permission. And sometimes it's to get an advantage. You try something, if it doesn't work, you do beg for forgiveness.
So, well, that's a little cynical of you, no? You're thinking this was a deliberate thing, hey, let's just throw a flyer out there and give it a whirl.
No, I don't think it was a deliberate thing, but I think that even if you look at your business, when we look at having stories and having it corroborated 2 or 3 levels down the line, some of that is being skipped. To be a first mover, first to market, you tend to cut out, go to a few shortcuts. And in getting a few shortcuts, you might have a misstep. You might have something that's a bit more insensitive, unintentionally, mind you, but the result is insensitivity.
So at the end of the day, do you think that they will suffer some sort of financial penalty loss here in terms of the business that they get from customers?
Overall, I think retailers or any business looks at a risk reward, and I don't think they will have a long-term detrimental effect. It might be a little bit of buzz going around, a bit of negativity, but consumers are fairly forgiving.
It'll gloss over very quickly.
It will gloss over. It's similar to politics.
Right.
People forget.
It is startling to see how different the pictures are if you look at the Canadian market and you look at the American market. I mean, I look down south, I see Veterans Day sales all over the place. I see them being hyped as early Black Friday sales. Radically different there. Why do you think that is?
It's that thing we call holiday creep. It's crept and crept and crept to the point of just after back to school, the holiday season starts there. So just because Veterans Day falls within the time frame, it just becomes a victim. And over the years, people have become more used to being a more commercialized holiday or a celebration. Up in Canada, we're a little bit different. Remembrance Day is a lot more emotional for us, and I think it'll be the last bastion of the holidays. I mean, we have already given up on Boxing Day or even Christmas or Easter and accepted that will be more commercial. For us in Canada, Remembrance Day is close to the heart, and it is something that we do take very seriously, and we don't want it to be tarnished with commercialism.
But you call it the last bastion. Do you see that bastion overturning in the near future?
Without making predictions on when it will happen, I think yes. I think it's inevitable that retail or business as a whole will look for every opportunity these days to try and get a leg up or try and survive, really.
You think eventually we will see Remembrance Day deals?
I think we will. Regrettably, I think we will, and it may be 5 or 6 years or 7 years from now, but there will be a time where it will just become, I remember when we didn't have logos in hockey jerseys. I remember when we didn't have the good old days, and Remembrance Day might be the last to fall, but I think, unfortunately, it will be a case where you will see it being more commercialized.
Andrew Sharpe, good to talk to you.
Good talking to you.